show does not come with instructions. Think at your own risk. The Kate Daly Show starts now.
Please welcome two-time Golden Globe winner, Jim Carrey.
Thank you. I am two-time Golden Globe winner, Jim Carrey. You know, when I go to sleep at night, I'm not just a guy going to sleep. I'm two-time Golden Globe winner, Jim Carrey, going to get some well-needed shut-eye. And when I dream, I don't just dream any old dream. No, sir. I dream about being three-time Golden Globe winning actor Jim Carrey. Because then I would be enough. It would finally be true. And I could stop this terrible search for what I know ultimately won't fulfill me. But these are important, these awards.
No, why?
You want to know? He's like, no. He doesn't care.
That's important.
You
Let's
don't
hear
care.
it.
No, I love that clip because it talks about how stupid I think the public is. We are generally when it comes to the importance of Hollywood and the congressman celebrity or the presidential candidate celebrity. It's amazing to me how gullible we have been and I think he points it out brilliantly and makes fun of himself. I love that. Everyone's nervously laughing in the award ceremony. Oh gosh, maybe people might figure this out.
Well, he's mocking idolatry.
I love it.
Yeah, it's terrific.
That was well better put than what I just said.
Well, it was quicker.
You right, Uncle Milty. Anyway, so Chris Ann Hall will join us next week. She's vacationing, and we have the president of the Mises Institute, which I'm really happy about, coming up in the next segment after this and the following one. So Thomas DiLorenzo is coming back on the show. He's been on before, and happy to have him back on. And we're going to be talking about the Federal Reserve a little bit. There's a lot of chatter about that right now, so we'll get there. And what else is on your mind? I know you were kind of watching tape.
Well, I was watching
Walz.
the press conference before I came in.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of, in general, it wasn't bad, but there was a few questions. Like one journalist said, "How do you feel about the fact that Kamala is drawing such large crowds at her thing?" And the fact is, he said, "Well, she isn't. The biggest crowd she's had is 14,000 people. I have more than that can't get into the venue."
That are sitting outside all the way down the street. Yeah.
So I don't know what you're talking about. Why don't you talk about how are my big crowds bothering her?
Yeah.
And then, of course, the other one was there's a lot of talk that there won't be a peaceful transition of power if Kamala wins. And he said, of course there will be, and there was the last time.
Yeah.
And she says, well, what about January 6th? And he says, well, that wasn't violent. Nobody died.
Amen.
Yeah, so...
Did they try to contradict that with the lie that 5 people died that day as Biden kept his gobbledygook up for years?
No, they didn't. They let it go at that.
Okay, that's good. Because they can't anymore. They can't keep telling that lie.
No,
the coroners actually
knows.
came out and said, no one died that day.
And it wasn't violent. And he did say, look, all they were doing was protesting what they thought was a problem in the election.
Which there was. There was two slates of electors, and we all knew it. They always dummy up and double up what they're doing, right? To cause commotion and chaos. Just like they're doing now with the votes.
But in general, the journalists there, I hate using that term, but I don't know what else to call them.
Media puppets? Media puppets.
But they were in general pretty good.
Okay.
So that's another issue going on.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the media is kind of, they're making a lot of fun of Walz, too.
Mm-hmm.
So
What's your observation on that?
I tell you exactly what I think.
Okay.
It's really quite simple. I think that they realized, especially after the debate, that they had no candidate that could win the election. So they decided, let's go ahead and run Kamala and this idiot Walz, because we've got nothing to lose that way. Nobody can say we lost because our candidates were so great and didn't get voted for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it doesn't hurt the party for Kamala and Walz to lose because they're such losers.
So they're kind of throwing it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they're making sure that whoever goes down with that sinking ship is not something. It's like sacrificial, because they're not going to run them again, and they'll be known as the failed candidates.
But if they put up a viable candidate, and that candidate lost, that's a problem.
Yes. Yeah. Don't look so good for the party.
No.
So, yeah, I'm with you. I think they're throwing it, and I think that's why they picked him. I thought they were going to pick Kelly. But no, actually, it makes sense that they would pick Walz, because Kelly would have made her popular. They would have made her too popular. He's a NASA astronaut, so you can't have that. And outshining her, because he could actually complete a sentence. He's just got the worst ideology on the planet when it comes to government.
Yeah, they actually wanted two losers up there.
Yeah. Are you hearing that static, or is it just me? Okay. I am. I wondered if you're hearing it too.
No,
okay.
It's getting.
All right. Hopefully it'll end. The static will end. But there's a couple of things, and peaceful transfers of power. Now they're going back into the Biden den again, into the crypt, to get a statement from him on whether or not he thinks there'll be a peaceful transfer of power. I was just chuckling, because when I saw that headline, I thought, you've got to be joking, right? You've got to be kidding. There, now it's done. Yeah, you've got to be kidding.
He doesn't even know when there's a peaceful transfer of underwear. So
you're right. Yeah, it's that part's very disconcerting, that they're trying to interject him into media now. They're trying really hard to do that, because they know that all of a sudden he's just disappeared from the headlines. No one's talking about him or Hunter.
No.
And they inundated us with Hunter.
Well, yeah, but that's another point. Now that Biden's gone, Hunter is irrelevant to the party.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Also, Harris, this is the headline today: Harris neutralizing a key Trump advantage, crowd size. I wouldn't say she's neutralizing it. I wouldn't say that. They don't have the numbers. They don't have anyone. I mean, they have people showing up, but
my guess is
what you think,
that some of those 14,000 were overflow from Trump's event.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And don't you wonder, after the Hillary green screen, don't you wonder how much of it is green screen?
Oh, sure.
How much of it's AI audience? I do, because I think if we don't realize how much AI they are willing to use, can use, and have been using, and now that was clear back in 2016, they were trying to pull that one over. I think that we're stupid if we don't realize that they have the capabilities of doing that and making it look like there's momentum there. She doesn't have it. She never did with the party. She never did. She was an embarrassment. They tried to hide her away. The whole 3 years, they tried to just put her in the shadow so that no one would talk to her.
I do want to make a quick point there about that, though. It would be really nice if local people to the events would promote the truth and get out there and say, look, the media is saying there were 14,000 people there. I only saw 100.
That would really be helpful if people on the conservative side would go.
Yeah.
I know you want to stay far away because it makes you want to throw up, but I would actually go and take photos.
This is why I watch the stuff, so I can kind of get an idea of what's really going on.
Right. We don't really play their game.
No.
And we should a little bit, shouldn't we? I mean, if you're wanting to get into this as the game, I think it's all a parade. But if we want to, I would say go.
When you say we don't play their game, I have a great example of that. Today, someone made the statement that there were some lies told by Vance about Walz.
Uh-huh.
And he listed what these things were. And basically, they weren't lies. They were differences of opinion.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
I see it this way, you see it this way is not a lie. He did it or he didn't is a lie.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, why is it that conservatives always feel it necessary to be so put themselves on such a high pedestal that they're willing to detract from their own people,
Mm-hmm.
where the Democrats never attack each other?
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
So maybe we shouldn't do that either.
Mm.
Now,
I think it's more honest to point out
it is
the lies
if
that the
it's a
parties
lie.
tell. Yeah.
Not if it's just a matter of opinion.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
They make it out like you've done something really wrong when really they're exaggerating or something. We could do the same thing.
Right.
And not be lying to do it. I just, there's a certain point where you have to fight a little fire with a little fire.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we got 3 months. 3 months of this crazy.
Not me. I'm going to go to sleep. When I come back after the election, I'm changing it to Uncle Rip. As in Van Winkle.
Good luck. Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah,
no,
okay.
it's very I know that the temperature out there is, oh my gosh, all day, every day.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I know. And it's funny, they keep doing white men for Harris, white, just do morons for Harris. Let's just sum it all up in one campaign speech, right? And then we'll put the Kamala yard sign that says no thinking beyond this point. You are about to enter a non-intelligent zone.
Yeah.
Let's just make yard signs. I mean, it's just getting to the point. I just think, look, just be honest out there and say what's on your mind. Let people know. Don't be afraid to lose friends. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Just say what's on your mind. It's gonna get crazier as we get closer. So
by people speaking out and telling other people what they think prevents the other side from lying.
Yeah.
The first one with the truth wins.
I know people that are going through their friends list and getting rid of anybody that has a picture of Hormala. I just laugh. Be right back on the Kate Daly Show with Thomas DiLorenzo. Be right back.
Thanks for listening to The Kate Daly Show. All opinions expressed by